Welcome to the second video of our Writing Milestones training for levels 6 to 8. We will explore the significance of the developmental bands for... Welcome to the second video of our Welcome to the second video of our Writing Milestones training for levels 6 to 8. In this video, we will explore the significance of the developmental bands for teachers and students. To understand developmental growth in student writing is to understand the cyclical nature of writing workshops. Throughout all levels, students are introduced to writing structures and expectations which build the student's foundational knowledge. These similar writing structures are then again reintroduced as the students progress through the levels to continuously add and evolve basic writing skills. For example, from levels 1 to 5, students begin with small moment stories to practice turning events into written stories with clear progression. They contribute further to these skills by studying mentors in level 2, introducing conflict resolution in level 3, and plotting story mountains in level 4, and finally, exploring significance in personal experience in level 5. As explored in the previous Milestones training, these levels focus on building core writing skills such as independence, stamina, clarity, and sequencing. Each level allows students to build upon their previous skills with new, adjusted writing expectations. When students progress beyond these levels, writing workshops shift towards the process of refinement, increasing independence, and distinct structural and organizational goalposts to mark sufficient development. These goalposts are crucial as students begin to prepare for the increasingly critical and nuanced writing expected of high school and college level writing. These expectations do not necessarily mean less wiggle room for students to grow individually. Instead, they ensure that students are able to develop in their own ways while also becoming simultaneously familiar with the same independent skills. They do not need to master these skills as they will explore them again in following units. Although students often develop and master writing skills at different rates, writing expectations are more firm in higher levels. Understanding these expectations helps teachers to set consistent standards for students that allow for a clear progression consistent across different teachers and classes. Learning concepts in these levels also include distinct goals to reflect these standards. Should students change classes or teachers, they should all be prepared for similar expectations in their independence and their writing quality. New expectations for this developmental band include multiple paragraph structures, increasingly complex outlines and planning phases, clarified relationships between evidence and claims, and increased research scopes to include multiple print and digital media sources. As in previous levels, these strategies are explored with increasing independence and difficulty through various writing projects and structures. There are 3 key writing structures explored within the level 6 to 8 curriculum: narrative, informational, and argumentative. Each adds new critical lessons to previously established skills. We will take a look at these in a moment. Writing development occurs as students practice repeated writing structures and tailored instruction to develop increasingly abstract strategies. When teachers understand these expectations, they are better able to prepare students for the following levels and writing units. They also provide relevance and context to understand the value of these milestones and writing projects. Without consistency, teachers are at risk of losing valuable time in the classroom to reteach the same skills. There is also a greater risk in large differentiation gaps within classrooms. As writing units are shorter in higher levels, there is less time for instructors to differentiate greatly within the lessons. In order to avoid these future challenges, it is imperative that teachers understand the skills expected in higher level writing. To do this, we will take a close look at each writing structure that is revisited throughout the levels. The 3 main writing structures explored throughout levels 6 to 8 are narrative, informational, and argumentative. Students have already been introduced to these structures in earlier levels and are familiar with their overall writing processes. Each writing structure includes its own set of foundational standards expected of higher level students. As the students progress through these levels, new formats are introduced into the writing unit to allow opportunities to practice these similar structures in different ways and to build new skills. As teachers, it is important to understand the slight differences in the structures throughout the levels to explain context and significance to the students. This is important as students often cannot see the distinction between informational writing in level 6 and 7, for example, but as educators, we can interpret these differences through developmental bands. In the following videos, we will explore each writing structure and their progressions throughout the levels. Let's begin with narrative writing.